Hello, my focus friends. Once again, BenJoe here, excited to share with you just a few little nuggets of wisdom that have come across my desk over the last 30 days as I've spent time traveling and visiting and learning and growing. And I just got back from this amazing client visit where I was out in New York, and we were having this business review. We were talking with our partner out there, and the partner said this amazing thing that really inspired me. He said, I'm looking for partners that are sticky, that connect to us, that bring things to us so that our company can grow and expand, not just basic taking a phone call, but also on top of that of what they can do to grow and expand our business. And it made me think about this book that I just finished reading. It's a book that's been on my list for a while, and I've been kind of lazy in getting to it. And now I'm bugged that I didn't read it sooner because it was such an exciting book. And this book really kind of jumped at me, and it's called The Go-Giver. And if you haven't read this book, okay, I challenge you to. It's super short. You can read it in a weekend. There's a whole series of these as well, and it's kind of a parable. And in this book, there's a guy, his name's Joe, and he's in sales and consulting and growing, and he's trying to land one of those big whales, those big kahunas, and he meets this consultant guy who he thinks he's going to land as a business partner, and he shares with him these 5 laws of stratospheric success. And without stealing the thunder of the book, I'm going to share some of these thoughts of them. Law number 1 is the law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much value you provide to others. Think about that. I remember attending a seminar once with Jack Welch, the author of Winning and the former CEO of GE, and he said that he could always determine who was going to be laid off whenever he was doing an analysis, because he would look at what the salary of the employee was and what the net value they brought. Not the net profits or revenue, but the net value they brought into the company. If there was a negative number, they knew that was going to be one of the first people who left. And so that was so impactful that it's about the value you bring. What do you bring of value every day to your life, to your marriage, to your partner, to your friendship, to your family, to your work, to your team? Do you bring things of value? The second law, the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Okay, are you doing things that help the people around you to grow? Sometimes in business and in life, we're so much about I'm not going to go help that person. Instead, I'm going to focus on what I need to get done, because if I waste time helping that person, then I'm not going to win. I'm not going to be successful. And so I know in my own career, there were times where I saw people struggling and I thought, I'm not going to help that person because he's my competitor. He's trying to get the same promotion I'm trying to get, or he's trying to grow. And instead, I could have been embracing the people around me and creating success around me. Number 3, the law of influence. Your influence grows as you place others' interests first. This one was super impactful for me because it told me that it's not always about a win-win. And I think that's what I was getting from my business review out with my client this week, where he was explaining that it's not always going to be a perfect win-win. You're not always going to get the most money. You're not always going to get the best deal and everything you need. But if we help each other to grow, we put each other's interests first, our influence will grow with each other and we can become sticky and expand together. And in the book, it shares a number of great experiences where the main character completely forgot about his own interests and his own needs and went out and helped other people, including his competitors. And this eventually allowed for great influence and expansion and growth for himself personally. Number 4, the law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you can offer is yourself, being genuine and true. I think a lot of times in life, especially in business, we think we have to be something that we're not, that we have to change our personality, our characters to be something that we're not. Years ago, when I first was starting in my career, there was a person in the company that I worked for at the time who had a very bold, strong personality and tended to I felt like shut me down. And I'd be in meetings and this person would kind of step on me. And I thought that I needed to be something different. Okay. I thought I needed to be stronger and bolder and meaner. And we were in this meeting and there was all this conversation going around, and that person started to come on top of me, and I was prepared. I was not going to let it. And I said right in front of the CEO of the company, hey, before you bite my head off about this, why don't you just sit down and shut up and let me share my idea? And everybody kind of got quiet. And I thought they looked at me and said, oh, so impressive. BenJoe stood up, and then I shared my idea. And inevitably they liked my idea. And I think we may have even used it for some things. And I thought that I had done this amazing thing. I thought I had done this great thing. But in the reality, months later, I found out that I had really hurt people's feelings. I had hurt people's impression of me because I wasn't putting the interests of other people, but I also wasn't being the authentic me. The person they hired wasn't the guy who was a jerk in the meetings. The person they hired was someone who was going to collaborate and work with the team. And it took me a long time to kind of overcome that. And really the friendship that I could have had with that person never really recovered because of that. The final law, the law number 5, is the law of receptivity. You need to be open to receiving in order to effectively give. You can't just be the guy who gives and never receive a gift, never receive a compliment, never receive help, never receive support. If you are constantly willing to ask for help and receive that help, it's so much more powerful when then you go out and give. And so through this amazing book, through a series of interactions and lessons, Joe learns that the key to success lies in his ability to focus on serving others, building meaningful relationships, and providing genuine value rather than just chasing profits. I think that's one of the things that Focus has always been great about as a company. Our mission has always been about people and partners and our community, about reaching out and connecting with those people. And so I challenge you to be a go-giver, not a go-doer, but a giver, to go out there and serve others, build the meaningful relationships. Don't be afraid to say, it's not about win-win. Sometimes I'm just going to give 100% to you so that you can be successful and win. As our coaches work with our agents, it's 100% about your agents growing and being successful. As our leaders and our directors work with our clients, yes, we want to be profitable. Yes, we want to grow, but at the same time, in good faith, we want our clients to grow and to win and to be successful. And that comes when we give back to them. Thank you, my friends. Once again, an amazing month, hard work and growth all around the company. Our partners continuously tell me, thank you for what you give to make us successful. And that's because of you all. Thank you all. Have a great day.